All right, so this is my response for the cross-cultural interview that we had for this class. So the person I interviewed with was a friend of a friend who is Muslim. The reason why I was interested in interviewing this person was because, as someone of the Christian faith, it's a different religion from the one I practice. And also, honestly, it's like a faith that I don't have a lot of personal experience in interacting with people of that faith. Also, I feel like in American culture, unfortunately, this particular religion has gotten a lot of heat, and there are a lot of stereotypes surrounding it because of extremist groups. So I feel like it's, and also, just the recent just kind of decisions made by the current administration surrounding refugees that are Muslim, and just kind of attitudes surrounding that. So I thought it would be good to interview somebody who is practicing that faith. Another interesting thing that about this person is that they recently converted to Islam about 2 years ago, and they were agnostic before converting to Islam, and I think had some experiences with the Christian faith growing up. So it was a really interesting conversation in that she was kind of, in some ways not an outsider, but she was new to the faith, so she was able to talk about it in ways that made sense to me, and it was really cool. Let's see. So one thing that I did learn about this group that I did not know going in, maybe not to a specific extent, was just kind of like the commonalities between the Christian faith and Islam. And it's like I had like some understandings that there were similarities, but I think I didn't know some exact similarities. So it was interesting. This isn't in the interview, but I got to go into like the house of worship, or the area in the mosque where they do prayer, and we talked a little bit about the Quran and like different aspects of it and the ritual prayer, and there were just some aspects that I felt really tied in with my experiences with the Christian faith, and so that was really interesting. We just had some conversations about faith and religion in general in today's culture, and just kind of the implications of that in general. Some stereotypes that I think our culture definitely holds, and I think I struggle to not let cloud my judgment, because I feel like it's really kind of subconscious, is kind of this perception that Muslims are, I don't want to say, there's this, and I really hate saying it, but like there's this perception that Muslims are violent, or not understanding, or very like strict, or like rigid, or like caustic. And just having that interview, the person I interviewed was very understanding and very kind and like very accommodating, and multiple times, thanked me for coming into the mosque, and said if at any time like I didn't feel comfortable taking a tour, to let her know. But honestly, I was just excited to go into her mosque and have that experience, because that was the first time I had ever been inside a mosque, and I really appreciated her taking time out of her Saturday to do that. So that's just one stereotype that I continue to have negated in my experience, that I feel like unfortunately is just so lurking in today's culture, like overarching kind of American culture. I think what has impacted my way of thinking about working with this population, I think for me I think in my working with this population, I have to be aware of that kind of predominant, kind of lurking perception that maybe these individuals might be a little bit more antagonistic, or rigid. I think I have to kind of confront that. And maybe, like, of course, one individual isn't representative of a whole group, And so we always, like we've talked about, we always kind of have to go in with learning who the individual is. But I think for me, just kind of being aware of those stereotypes that unfortunately kind of cloud my judgment sometimes in ways that I might not fully be aware of. But yeah, thanks.